Hey guys, welcome back. Franco with Trading Futures Live. Real quick before we start, trading is inherently risky. Please do not take our trades. Our results are not typical, and the majority of day traders lose money. So please educate yourself and be responsible. We do this for educational purposes and just to share our journey in trading. Okay. All right, so let's jump right into the markets. I just posted the pre-market live. Let's go into the charts. I posted the pre-market analysis, my pre-market analysis, and based on what the dollar is doing, I favorite the longs today. I do have my pre-market demand right here. This is a 7-minute chart, and this is a 3-minute chart. These are, I understand, very odd for a lot of people, but these are the charts that I use. I do the 7-minute. I do basically everything, right? All time frames. I trade off of the 500 share bar, 500 volume chart, but I do like to see the 30-minute, the 15-minute, the 7-minute, the 3-minute, the 1-minute. Sometimes I go to the 40 minutes and 240, right? Right now we are sitting at a pivot. First time was created June 20, I think it's 25th. Then we came back July 9th, and then we're back. The good thing about this is NQ at least, and I will be, every time I say something is about an NQ. When I refer to the ADD is the ADQD. When I refer to the tick chart is the TQ, which are the internals for the Nasdaq 100, right? So we're off. I do not expect a clean move to any of the side, to the short side or the long side, but instead I am expecting a sideways day. I will monitor the dollar. We don't have any like significant impactful news reports coming out, so I will let the market settle down and try to find a sense, a direction with internals, and getting long or short. So it is coming. It came to my pre-market demand, barely. It's very volatile, guys. So be careful. All right. So for those who don't know, I like to assess the volume at 9:38. That's 7 minutes past that's a 7-minute past the open. Because the first 7-minute candle closes at 31, I like to see it at 38, which is the second candle closing. So what I like to do is come here to the previous day and mark out the that high, which is the volume here, right? So I do have the red line. So the red line is the volume for Friday. There you go, right here. NQ is actually the weakest. If you guys see the RTY is just screaming up. Actually, not the weakest. The weakest looks like to be the YM. But the strongest, definitely the RTY. The ADQD looks very, very bullish. On the tick chart, although it opened up at the extreme high, it's just sideways right there. Four minutes to go in this 7-minute candle, and I already can see how the volume is a lot higher today, even though we have no news reports. Let's go see how the dollar is reacting off of this move. Obviously the dollar is coming down with this move up. I should correct myself. The markets are going up because of this move down on the dollar. Because the dollar market is way over bigger than the stock market. ADQD is still going up non-stop. Tick chart started to roll over. You guys can notice here, I don't know if you guys see this chart clearly. Here the red line is the 938 candle closing from Friday. So we clearly are higher today. There's 2 more minutes to go for it to close. So we can say today we have a higher volume day. That puts me in the realm of all right, we might have a direction today. We might have a trend. Let's wait for it to give us the signal and is so important, just not to get caught in this choppiness. Yes, it's a huge range, like 70-80 points, but it really is right at the open. So what's the point for one to trade in this choppiness, right? It's very volatile, very dangerous choppiness. So, like I said, I do favor the long, right? So what I want right now is the ADQD. Let me see if I can put this chart. All right. What I want here is ADQD to come back to around this area, right? And if the tick does do this, just do this. I don't really care, right? What I don't want is this. Right? Right now I don't care very much about the tick chart because it's too early to call, right? This is going to create a shape today, but it's just 938. I don't want this to come like minus 800 or something. There's not very good. I just want the zero line or a little bit, and then a rejection to the upside, right? For me to take a long. But I certainly want the ADQD to give me an entry. A solid entry is a comeback to the blue square. Because when the market is going, the market is coming down, but the ADQD is just screaming up. What my logic is that the market has still a lot of room to go down because the ADQD needs to catch up. There's this man at 105, but I don't really like it. It's already tested. And I would not be taking this. It's a demand that was created, but it's already tested. All right, finally ADQD started to roll over, right? Yeah, look, the 3 minute has 2 more minutes to go. This candle can close easily down here. That's not good for me. All right, here's my do you guys see? All right, so here's my analysis, right? Here's my analysis. Let's go back to this chart, right? This is what is happening with the internals. ADQD rolling over, fine. Tick chart, fine at the zero line, but I don't have a demand. The one that I have is the pre-market. Am I willing to take the pre-market again? The demand can work. I'm not saying the higher probability is the demand. If this was a supply, it wouldn't even be here. Let's see if the tick chart can give me a better push. Sorry guys that I'm not the best with these changing screens and so on. But pure sideways. Pure sideways. Just no trend. Don't hesitate to type in any questions that you guys might have. Tick chart is coming back up, but it's not creating new highs. And it doesn't make sense. But I still see the RTY. Well, the RTY is stopped right there, but it's pretty bullish. What I don't see is weakness in the market. It is holding. I don't see it coming down so easily. So obviously the direction that I'm thinking, long is a better choice than the short right now. ADQD continue to go up. The very, very shallow retracement. Very shallow retracement here. I needed to come down here, right? The tick chart did what I was expecting it to do, but I need this to come, like, finally confirming the uptrend. Right now it's just hesitating right here. It's just sideways. So let's put a square right here. I need this square to be violated to give me more bullishness. Alright, so this is this scenario, right? I do have the 4-hour candle closes in 13 minutes, right? At 10 a.m. And then we're gonna have a retracement. I want to see where that retracement is going to be, so I can engage and get into the long. How do I do that? I want to see between 130 and 130 and 90. 130 and 90. Yeah. 130 and 90. Let's see if I can get in here. Alright. I do expect the retracement to come back to this area, 116, 1/4 to 101.50. Bless you. For that, I will expect also that ADQD to come back down a little bit. We haven't violated the high, but in all reality, we still have 11.5 minutes to create a leg out. We need to be insanely patient if we really want to trade these markets. Today my risk per trade is $410. I'm still like 3/4 of my regular risk after I went for the trip. It was around $600, so right now it's $420, around there. So the calculator does it automatically. Let's go to the 15. Pretty bullish candle. Right now the strongest is the NQ. The RTY probably reached the level. The YM is dropping, and the ES is pretty much sideways. Like I said, the 4-hour closes in 9 minutes. The 4-hour chart it looks pretty good to the upside, tell you the truth, right? But it hasn't broken any high yet. I wanted to know if we get a retracement, right? Expecting the market to continue to go up. The retracement can come from 12,130 to 12,090, right? So I'm gonna wait for the 10 a.m. candle to just close and give me the retracement that I want. What do I want to see on the internals? Retracement on the ADQD to the square that I have drawn, and the tick chart not give me any like negative extreme, like I'm saying very, very negative extreme. If I getting long right now, I will suffer that pullback. Nobody wants to do that. See how this goes. It's just 7.5 minutes more. The only thing that gets my attention is that the TQ hasn't broken any high. I don't like that. I do have 12,116 and 12,101. When I feel like I don't want to keep waiting for the trade, I do ask this question to myself: what is more painful, just waiting or the painful of the loss? So I definitely choose keep waiting. This is the last 5-minute candle on this hour. It does look pretty bullish. There we go. We have the overnight being broken right now. I do not take the overnight break to the upside because the majority of the time is a bull trap. There's just 4% of 4% of trading days that are really trending days with no pullbacks. This is just 4%, so the odds are not there for me to take the breakout. All right, the ADQD started to roll over. That's good, right? In preparation for the next 4-hour candle. I know my area looks very, very far, like here, 12, 116, but it's really not that far. It's just 60 points. I do have this supply, but where is this supply from? Wow, this supply is an overnight from June 27th. So let me put here overnight so I don't take this thing. This is overnight. Be careful. Overnight supply. There we go. All right, 1.5 minutes for the next 4. If the trend is going to continue impeccable, it can come here and do this, right? Not perfectly, but it can chop. Probably. Right? And we don't know this. I mean, I'm just saying. It can come back and sharply go up, but the majority of the time, especially to the long side, it just chop. The tick chart is rolling over but not making new fresh lows. I do expect a new fresh low if it comes to this area, right? What I don't want is minus 1,000 right here. That's what I don't want. And if I have a minus 1,000, I want to see that same candle. If I have a minus 1,000 right here, I want the same 1 minute candle in the tick to close above, right? If we happen to have that, I want a quick reaction to the upside. All right, like we already have a new a new hour, new 4 hour, new 30 minutes. So the volatility comes in. We don't have any news report. The dollar stopped rolling over and it created a new fresh low, but started to go back up. So it's holding right there. When is the 11:30, 3-month and 6-month bill auction. That's all we have today. There it goes. There goes the retracement. So my order,
order submitted.
all right. Wow, very shallow retracement. Very shallow. This is a very strong market, guys, for me. Let's go see this. No, not this chart. Where is it? Let's go see this. Came to my ADQD here. Like I said, on the tick chart, created a new fresh low, but quick spike. Now, this is too shallow for me. This retracement here. Let's. I don't know if you guys are able to see this. Let's go to the 7-minute. Now the ADQD is starting to roll over, right? Not necessarily needs to hold this first square, but it can come to the second one. Still will be valid. Now the tick chart is good. Create a new fresh low. No new candles breaking that low. Pinsoon, Jat Mai. Good morning. Feel free to type in any question. All right, so I have my order activated. I have my order activated at 12,109.50. My area is from 116 to 101. I do want the risk to be managed, number one. And number two, I want to give it some breathing room here, right? And this setup is called a tradable reaction. I do not expect this thing to go 500 points from here. Just want a quick reaction, make mine 4-3, whatever it is to 1. Will be moving my stop. If I get a 1-to-1, I will be moving my stop after a 1-to-1. All right. YM made a new fresh low. ES is still sideways. NQ is sideways, but in a higher level. And definitely the strongest market right now is the R2Y. Although it's rolling over right now, it's actually up. My set risk is $420, but since the calculator just give me room, and I do minis, right? And I do have something like, how many points do I need to risk? 12 points. So the minimum size, if I narrow this zone, I can go up to 2 contracts. But I want to have the invalidation point there, and I don't want to enter the trade at the proximal line because that gets my risk way higher. So I can't deny that this is a good area right here. This is a good area at the 130. But preferably I like 116. There's no rush. If I don't have a trade today, I might have it tomorrow or Wednesday. But no trade is better than a bad trade. I'm into recording this thing, so let's see if I can record this trade. There you go. Do I want to take a look at the dollar? Let's see what the dollar is actually coming down sharply. The VIX is going up. All right, so let's I cannot move my charts right now because I'm recording the main screen that I'm using, so I don't want to touch anything. But tick chart created a low and a bunch of weeks, but didn't break that same low. So what I want is a spike, right? And when it comes back down, if it comes back down to fill me in, I want the tick chart not making extremes. And it does look that the 130 might work though. Two more minutes for this 7-minute. Alright, so I'm about to get filled in. Alright, good about ADQD. I like the ADQD. The tick chart is negative, but it's reacting off of it. So let's see. If we get, I didn't get filled in. I didn't get filled in for like half a point, right? I understand that can happen, but it's one more minute on this 7 minutes, so I might get filled in either in this one or the next one. Thirty seconds. All right, now that we had this movement, right? I'm gonna leave my order there. I will take it off only if the tick chart start to get new fresh lows in this area, right? If it doesn't give me a fresh low in this area, I will leave the order on. That's the risk that one can take when this type of entry is very narrow. I'm risking $200 to make $1,000. If I risk $300 to make $1,000, I would be in this trade, but my risk reward ratio wouldn't be so juicy. And I understand I might miss some of these trades, but it is what it is. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get filled in. let's see. The ADQD started to pause, which is good, right? I don't want to see this thing. I want to see this thing come down in the next 3-minute candle that closes in 15 seconds. I don't want this to turn bearish right now. I need it to hold and then spike down. There we go. Now you can drop and fill me in. There you go. It's too strong. If the setup continues to present itself in the manner that it is right now, and the price drop, and we get back to this area, it's better for me, because those supply created on the way down are gonna be consumed, right? So let's wait for it. Let's wait for the 30-minute. Now at this point, let's change. You guys are watching the 3-minute, right? So okay, let's. At this point, I don't want this candle to turn bearish, right? I want this 1 minute to go in this candle to hold in this area, and then do this. Sorry about this. And then do this, fill me in, and boom. I don't want this one to turn red. I want this one to keep the same dynamic there. Alright, I'm gonna cancel this order. I will take it on the confirmation right now, because of where the tick chart is right now. Let me show you. Alright, let me show you the tick chart. The tick chart is right here. I want the tick chart here when I'm gonna get filled. This is not a good sign. I want the tick chart here. There you go. If it gets more extreme, I will put the order back in. But as of right now, I don't like it. Now again, the tick chart went up instantly. Debatable, right? My plan is alright, if it's extreme, you can take it. If it's not, don't take it. It's not a good probability, right? New 7-minute. Let's see if the 7-minute gives me the entry. All right. Sadly, guys, I did not take this trade that I had here because of the tick chart. Let's see if this follows through. I could have taken it, but I wanted to play the best setup that I have, and I think that works for me in the long run, not in one single trade. It's 3 more minutes for this candle to close. Tick chart is still not following through. Although I do see the market very, 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 very strong. I don't see any type of weakness in the market. And the dollar is, let's go check out the dollar. Still collapsing. So the higher probability is along, obviously. Alright, it looks like I'm not gonna get filled in this trade again. I would be right now what? In the neighborhood of 2-to-1 or something. Yes, I'll be right now in the neighborhood of 2-to-1. Right, my target was 158, 157.50. 157.50 right here. Let's go here, template lows, target price. This was my target, not even near, right? And here's where you have to be very, very strict with your rules, if you will, because the confidence come after you have taken good trades, right? And you've done this long enough. But when you try to keep any rule and then you take a good trade, that messes up your psychology. So the good part here is that even though I had an order there and I needed to, like when it came back in the first time and didn't fill me in, was the setup by the textbook setup, right? When it was retracing back down, the tick chart was not there. It was creating new fresh lows. So it is what it is. 2 more minutes for this 7-minute to close. Halcyon says, what a perfect entry. Well, I would say it was a perfect entry if I would have hit my target, but my target is way up there, so it's not even near. Remember, I did have the entry while the setup was on. When the setup just changed, I took it off. Let's see how this goes. If it continues to go down, that's fine. Continue to goes up, that's fine. If it creates any other area, I will take this long. So I would like the long way over better than the shorts. We can go check on the internals if you like. Here the blue square is holding, that's fine. The tick chart, what I wanted on the tick chart is my fill to be around here, not beyond this square, right? That would have told me this thing is very, very strong. It's not gonna get beyond your... It can always get beyond, right? And I will be stopped out. But if I have this before entering the trade, I know that the zone might not work. So what's the thing of taking the trade if you have the odds of not working? The dollar's still coming down. I don't think I'm gonna retake this trade anytime. So I would say I'm gonna call the day and see you all guys tomorrow 9 a.m. for the pre-market and 9:25ish for the live trading session. If I happen to take another trade, I will record it and put it into a short or do my daily recap. But for now, I'm gonna wrap up this video and bye now.